Welcome to the Music Nation podcast with your host, Thomas Taylor. You can contact Thomas at thomastaylor31@gmail.com. Now, here is your host, Thomas.
Hello and welcome to episode 13 of the Music Nation podcast. And on today's episode, we talk to the amazing singer and songwriter, Miss Jazz from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hello there.
I would like to welcome on the phone with me, and I am so happy to welcome to the Music Nation podcast the amazing Miss Jazz to you. Is that what you go by?
I go by just simply Miss Jazz. My social media handle is Miss Jazz, the number 2, the letter U.
Cool deal, Miss Jazz. And I want to start out by saying I'm so excited about getting to come to one of your Third Sunday showcases on the 21st of July. Thanks so much for inviting me to one of your shows.
Yes, we're excited. Showtime exclusive. I actually have one I do on both Sundays too. I just started. The first show was Sunday that just passed, which was on the 7th, and it's called Open Mic Exclusive. It's a little different. It's pretty much the same type show, but a little different. Showtime exclusive. I've been doing it a little over a year, and it started off like an open mic showcase, and it kind of at a point now where, open mic 30 Sundays just passed, and the difference is exclusive. We have a set 6 people that come every third Sunday to perform, and I also add no more than 10 performers on third Sundays. And it's you have to have, do your own music, you have to be original. And the open mic on third Sundays is, unlimited artists can perform, and it's like a first come, first serve type of situation. And that's basically the difference. But yeah, I'm excited to have it.
Mm-hmm. And what got you into wanting to do these showcases?
I wanted a place where I wanted to create a platform for indie artists somewhere that they can shine. And another reason why I wanted to get my name out there was a way of getting my name, Miss Jazz, out there. Great.
And I don't think I asked you this question, and I apologize. Can you tell the Music Nation listeners on the podcast a little bit about you and how you got into music?
Mm-hmm. I been singing for years. I started when I was in church, actually, as a young girl. Started singing actually from my sister. She's a gospel singer. She's a pastor. That's all she sings, and she's a great singer. I admire her still to this day. Her voice is, very beautiful and everything. That's where I started singing, where I learned to sing. And for my sister, she was my idol, along with Whitney Houston.
With singing, and of course, we have the recording studio. Which do you love the most? Do you love performing live out with your showcases, or do you like being in the studio, or do you like both processes?
Live, because I like to, go back and forth with the audience, and studio is okay. The studio, to me, like when I'm recording, it has to be perfect. You know what I mean? And it has a lot of takes back and forth. Everything has to be lined up. The voices, when you double, triple the voices and stuff like that. So I prefer live. Although I do like going into the studio to do that new song. So that gets exciting. But yeah, I prefer live, going back and forth with the audience.
Amazing. I know that a lot of people are wanting to get into the music industry and performing in general. Do you have any advice for anyone who wants to get into the music industry?
Be fearless. Mm-hmm. And just from experience, because again, I started singing and just watching my sister, and then I found my voice. But you have to be fearless. You can't be scared. And so that was one of my problems, growing up. You have to believe in yourself and can't give up. Here I am. I'm old school, and I'm still trying to get into the industry. And now music has changed so much. As artists, that you learn everything. You really can make a living on your own, being an independent artist, get that record deal. So I would just say be fearless, never give up, and just work hard.
Yeah.
And find that niche that works for you.
Most definitely. And you mentioned that your sister was a influence on your music career. What are the names of some other artists that have influenced you over the years to get out and just do music or tour and things of that nature?
Whitney Houston. She was a big, huge influence on me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Whitney is.
Yeah, Whitney Houston. I like the young artists now too. I like the Jacqueline Carr. The gospel singer Jacqueline Carr. It's just so many. The old Patti LaBelle. I like the Mary J. Blige. I liked her. I love her. I again, the young artists, Beyonce, the Cardi B. I am older, but I relate to Cardi B a lot. She and I, both did the same type of work, and so I had so many challenges against me trying to be an artist. People are judging you less of your where you came from. They just everything's just changing. But yeah, so I hear a lot of influences, young and old.
Jazz, of course, Atlanta has a thriving music industry to include hip hop, R&B, and crunk, neo soul. How does it feel to be part of that Atlanta music scene, and what does it mean to you?
All I can say is wow. And I was born in Vienna, Georgia, raised in Orlando, Florida. I actually started my music career professionally in Jacksonville, Florida, back in 2006. Then I moved to Atlanta in 2008. I moved into Atlanta in 2006. I started my music career in 2005 in Jacksonville, Florida. That's when I, first, was, going in the studio and doing my own thing. And I moved to Atlanta in 2006, and it was a big deal back then. And I felt comfortable. They used to have all these open mics, and they have triple right now. And now it's even greater because not only is thriving here musically, it's thriving here movies and reality TV shows. So Atlanta is a big deal, and I'm happy to be here, and I love Atlanta, and it's great. It's a lot of opportunities here, opportunities to meet people. It's something going on all the time, so it's a big deal.
Yeah, Atlanta is the it city right now. So let's talk about your latest album project. I checked it out last night, actually. It's called Exotic Dancer, The 6 Rules. I loved a lot of the singles on there. How did you come up with the concept and the title of your album?
That album was done, actually it's an old album. It was done back in 2008. And I never, like I told you, I took a 10-year hiatus. I'm just jumping back in there, and I never really got a chance to promote the album. So that's why the music is still right now it's old to me, but it's new to you guys.
Yeah.
I never really got a chance to promote it, and that's my lifestyle. That's the lifestyle I live, and that's how I make a living, is an exotic dancer. And I always believe in singing and rapping my truth. You know what I mean? So that's where the concept and all of the the storylines, each song came from my life as a dancer. Now, some might be a bit over, done, but I had to, make it nice and hot. So it's a real sexy album. It's crunchy, and it's hot. And it's hot. It talks a lot of shit on there. So I that's why I can relate. The young Cardi B, because that's who I was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Listen to the album, they talk shit. Good music on there. So hot, so my pussy's up charge. I'm a hot girl, so hot, can never back was in the flash. all that kind of stuff. And what other song? Phone sex. I've been thinking about you all day long, and how you keep me wet. Call me right now and let's have phone sex. Phone sex. And that's a duet with a gentleman. And he has the song Exotic Dancer. Exotic Dancer. That's the name of the album. So it came from my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's who I am. Now I'm getting out of that, and I have a song that I do now, and it's called All Lives Matter. And All Lives Matters came from a showcase we put on, the exclusive for Third Sunday, and it was back in February of this year. It was
Black History Month.
Yeah, it was Black History Month.
Uh-huh.
Was it? Black History Month showcase. We had a gentleman come in, and he's a professor at Georgia State University. He was our guest speaker. He gave us his vision on what Black History Month means to him, and as artists, we did something on Black History Month. So I came up with that song, and then we had another artist came with his Black History Month thing. So I wrote a song called All Lives Matter, and I was going to call it Black Lives Matter. So that's my latest project. And I'm not doing no more albums anymore. I'm doing singles when needed. And because I did waste a lot of money with those albums. I have 2 albums out. The first one is, the first one is Exotic Dancer, and the second one, is called Nasty As I Wanna Be. Just from learning experience, if you're an independent artist, I would suggest you not do the whole album, just some singles, and push those, and push one single to get that one out, and people get familiar with that and familiar with who you are.
Great advice, and I wanted to tell you, your voice is very beautiful. I wasn't prepared, but you just gave me a concert about 3 minutes ago.
You haven't heard my All Lives Matter, so that's how I push it out. That goes a little bit like this. I never really watched the news, 'cause when I do, all I see is black men dying, politicians lying. The world needs to change today. We demand equality, and there could be no peace, no peace. I think justice for some justice, for Trayvon, for migrants, for servants, and I won't stop. Every single voice is heard. All lives matter. And then, of course, repeats itself, and then another verse in the bridge and all that. But it means a lot to me because there's so much going on in the world today, and it has been. And that's where the title of my newest project comes from. But again, I started off with Black Lives Matter, but I didn't want to box myself in because truly, Black lives matter, and we have fought for what we have today. But at the end of the day, actually, all lives matter, and that's just my vision. Because I get a lot of controversy with the song, but it's worth it to me to call it All Lives Matter.
Wow, amazing. And Jazz, how can listeners get in touch with you, and how can they purchase or stream more of your music?
Yeah, you can stream my music, iTunes. You can type in Miss Jazz. I am there, and cdbaby.com. And actually, I am on mostly all of them, but I don't think I'm on Spotify yet. Maybe I am on Spotify. It's the one that Jay-Z has that I'm not on.
Tidal.
Yeah, I'm not on Tidal. I know that for sure. I'm not on Tidal. But yeah, so you can find me easily at cdbaby.com or either iTunes.
Jazz, is there anything else you want to add to the podcast?
I just want to tell everybody again, they can find me at MSJAZZ, the number 2, the letter U, on all social media outlets, and look me up. And I want to also add that I appreciate you for having me on your podcast, and I'm going to share it whenever I get me a copy of it.
Oh, cool deal. Miss Jazz, everyone, thank you so much for being on the Music Nation podcast. Much success to you, and keep doing what you do. You have a great voice. I mean, you got the right attitude to be in this industry. You just, I met you in person at another show I was down in Atlanta, and you're just a great person to be around.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Wow. And you're amazing too. You are amazing. The way that you support the artists is like what I do. I believe in supporting. I actually love it. And more blessings and power to you.
Well, also blessings to you, and thank you so much, and have a great night.
All right, have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye. God bless you. Bye-bye. And here is the single, I'm Yours, by Miss Jazz from the album Exotic Dancer, The 6 Rules, on the Music Nation podcast.
I like the way you do me, baby. Taste my body, taste my soul, taste my mind, I'm in Joe. It's a package deal, and it's real. You make me feel so complete. Oh, bounce it this way. Our love is here to stay. I'm yours. I know this is what you want. Come and get it now, baby. Don't front. Don't you front. You're my everything. You make my heart sing. La 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 la. I'm yours. I know this is what you want. Come and get it now, baby. Don't front. Don't you run. You're my everything. Oh, yeah. Please let it flow. Take your time, let's do it right. We can play all through the night and let it swing, baby. You're driving me crazy, never will I be shady to you. Oh, bounce it this way. Our love is here to stay. I'm yours. Come and get it now, baby. Don't front. Don't you front. You're my everything. Oh, yeah. You make my heart la 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 la. I'm yours. I know this is what you want. Come and get it now, baby. Don't front. Don't you front. You're my everything. Oh, yeah. Please let our love flow. I'm yours, you're mine. I like your grind. You're always on time. You're my favorite guy. I'm yours, you're mine. I like the way you grind. You're always on time. You're my favorite guy. I know this is what you want. Come and get it now, baby. Don't you front.
Thank you for listening to the Music Nation podcast show with your host, Thomas Taylor. This has been an I Got Your Six entertainment production.
There are a lot of podcasts and internet radio stations we know you're listening to, but none like the Music Nation podcast and Dance Therapy Radio. The podcast is hosted by Thomas Taylor. Join Thomas as he talks music, entertainment, interviews up-and-coming artists, DJs, producers, musicians, and bands of all genres all over the world. The Music Nation podcast can be heard at www.spreaker.com/user/The Music Nation podcast. The Music Nation podcast can be heard nightly at 9 p.m. Central on Dance Therapy Radio. Dance Therapy Radio is your station for original electronic like dance music. If you're tired of hearing those same 10 songs played over and over on those other radio stations, Dance Therapy Radio is the internet station for you. You can live stream Dance Therapy Radio by going to thomastaylor.net. Click on the radio icon, then click on Stream Dance Therapy Radio here. You can reach out to the station at dancetherapyradio@gmail.com or email Thomas Taylor at thomastaylor31@gmail.com. It's the Music Nation Podcast and your home of original EDM music, Dance Therapy Radio, where we stream live 365.